Hey, this is Coach Woolley, the Holistic Trainer, and this is a demonstration of myofascial release techniques for the muscles around the elbow. To perform this technique, we're going to need a tool that's in a ball shape. Now, this is a lacrosse ball, which is very dense and firm. You may want to start with a softer tool like a tennis ball, especially if this is your first time doing it or you have discomfort in your elbow. After using the tennis ball for these techniques, if you feel like you can progress, then you can move to the lacrosse ball. What we're going to need is a surface to place our ball against. And we will begin with the back side of our elbow. So we're going to take our ball, placing it on the surface of the table or the bench, whatever we're using. You want to be comfortable. So I'm kneeling down right now. You can also do this standing with your arm on a table or a countertop. Now you see the ball is right above the elbow joint itself, and I'm going to begin to move my arm back and forth, gliding it along the ball. As you're doing this technique, I also suggest bending your elbow. What this is going to do is put a stretch on the tricep, and you may notice you're getting a better release as you do that. So I'm moving the ball all around the underside of my elbow. You notice I just slipped out right there. What I'm looking for are hot spots, areas where it's uncomfortable to put pressure into, or knotted muscles. And if I can find those spots, I'm going to apply direct pressure to it, taking 5 to 20 slow breaths as I put pressure directly into that spot. Then I'll continue moving it around the elbow. I can practice extending and bending my elbow, looking for any hot spots. And once I'm done with the underside of my elbow, I will begin this technique on both the bicep area, the front side of the elbow, as well as the forearm. Now what we're going to do is take our ball in our hand, and we're going to begin to roll it along the bicep muscle. And we're looking for the same thing, any of those hot spots, tight muscles, discomfort. And if I find any of those areas, I'm going to apply direct pressure into it, take 5 to 20 slow breaths, and then continue this series back and forth. Then I'm going to move the ball to where it's right on the underside of the elbow along the top of my forearm, and I'll continue putting pressure into the ball, pushing the ball into my muscles, moving it along, looking for hot spots, looking for tight muscles. If I find any of these spots, I'll put direct pressure into it and take 5 to 20 slow breaths and continue moving along. You can also move the ball all the way along the top of your forearm, as well as along the underside of your forearm. And you might notice there are some tension or tight muscles for you. However, I find that most of the time we're going to have more issues back here and along the top side of our forearm. Now once we're done with one arm, we'll repeat the same technique on the other side. When you're doing this technique, set a timer for 2 to 5 minutes and do one arm, then set another timer for 2 to 5 minutes and do the other arm. And if you notice there's a big difference in discomfort or tight muscles you have on one side versus the other, spend more time doing the side that needs more work. And this is a myofascial release technique for the muscles around the elbow.